Hi and welcome again, it's Andy Bowrah of Andy Bowrah YouTube Fishing. I hope everybody's well and thank you very much for all subscribing, liking and sharing. We are now approaching the valuable 1,000 subscriber mark, which is fantastic, and we see 10,000 views in the last week, so fantastic. Thank you very much everybody, I really appreciate it. So I'm down at one of my, what's this, Stephen Seagull just coming to say hello, is he? There he is. Stephen Seagull just coming to say hello again, and down at one of my more favourite marks. I know you guys have seen this before. I'm over at White Rock, but White Rock's just in the distance there, but just a bit further up. The reason being is there's a bit more sand here today than normal, and it can be a little bit slippy on the rocks, a bit hard on the ankles and things like that. So that's why I've just moved up. And you think, okay, I've got my woolly hat on, I've got my hood up and everything like that. It's a brisk northwesterly wind. Although the temperature when I got out of the car was 10 degrees, there is a brisk northwesterly wind, and let's not forget it's still January, so there's a brisk northwesterly wind. So yeah, I'm here, I've got baits. My baits are launce, which is a large sand eel, and a couple of whiting which I've kept over the last couple of sessions, kept for bait. So I've got launce and whiting bait. My plan, or my target really, is a ray today. Optimistic, at the end of the day I want to catch a fish, and there's a couple of things which I've done over the last few days which I've been thinking about in more informative detail. So for example, I'm using two different rigs, so like I normally do, two different rigs, but I've got pulley rigs, one with 80-pound rig body and the other one with 80-pound rig body and 70-pound hook length, and the other one is a 60-pound rig body and a 40-pound hook length. So I'm just going to give them a trial, just see what happens. I say what happens, you never know, I might not catch any fish, but I'm just going to trial those things. Thank you ever so much everybody who's subscribing from all over the world. We've had 23 different countries tune into the channel, and I really appreciate it, and it's very humbling indeed, and it makes you wonder what a lovely community things such as YouTube channels can create. You know, I've got a lot of well wishers, a lot of people wishing me deepest condolences who I've never met because of obviously the passing of somebody dear to me over the last couple of weeks, and it's fantastic. So thank you. Let's keep it going. Let's keep everything going on. Stay safe, everybody. Hopefully I'll get some fish, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Fingers crossed with the fish. Cheers for now. So last night, sat at home, I decided I was going to trial something today. So this one is, so the one with the blue is 80-pound, so 80-pound rig body with a 70-pound hook length. So it's an 80-pound rig body. Again, the tubing that I like to use, a couple of beads, so it just protects the knot. And also when the bait has come off, so assuming the bait's come off, you can see that with the weight, oops, with the actual weight, it pushes the weight, the bait or the hook length away from the rig body. So it pushes it away from the rig body. I don't know if you can see that. So this particular one is 80 pounds with a 70-pound hook length, whereas this one here with the green is 60-pound rig body with a 40-pound hook length. Almost identical, but I can definitely see a difference in the two lines. So there we go, like I say, it's pushing it away from the rig. And that's the plan today. Almost exactly the same length in terms of the rig. Gone back to my Ziplexes today, fully expecting it to be a little bit tougher going down here. There's a very strong, I say strong, brisk, I think is the right thing to say, brisk northwesterly wind. I was going to go and fish Crenelly over there, but it's much more exposed out there than it is where I am, and I'm a little bit further up than the White Rock itself. Reason being is just a little bit further in the bay here, there's a bit more patches of sand where I can get my footing better for casting and fishing, Whereas if you fish a bit further down, you're really on boulders and things like that. So reason why I've come up here today is just so I got a bit of a better footing. I can fish probably a bit further back up there for a good few hours. You are over mixed ground, but I'll be casting further than that, so yeah, fingers crossed. I think I got a fish on. Maybe weed or something, I'm not too sure. I'd like to have a fish. Just don't feel like it for some reason. Feels like there's something rubbing. Inevitable dogfish. Okay, that definitely didn't feel like a fish. Dogfish, also known as the lesser spotted dogfish, can be a bit of a pest. Right, let's put the little doggy back. Let's wash him off first. There we go. Little dogfish. A bit scrawny that one, to be honest. There we go. Oh, my friend. When you do catch dogfish, just keep an eye on the shoreline. They can become disorientated and sometimes wash back up, so just keep an eye on it. But he seems alright, to be fair. So I've just moved back probably about 20 yards, as you can see, just a bit further down there. As I moved, for some reason I thought the left hand rod had a little bit of slight difference in bend. So I'm going to just wind in and try the baits just to make sure they're all right. And I've got two baits ready to go as well. So that's what's known as double patting in the perhaps the match world. I would suggest also already have a bait ready to go, just in case, because the amount of time that you have your line out of the water is less time catching, or less time with the opportunity to catch. So always have one ready to go. The only thing I would say is don't do it too early, because it will lose all those valuable juices and scents and all things like that, especially if you whip it on. When I say whipping the bait on, think of what bait you're using. Don't tend to whip it on too tight. Think of how much scent you want to go out throughout its time when it's been on the seabed. So just think of a lot of those things. So I'm going to wind in. Like I say, I think I've got a well, something's different, maybe a bit of weed. I'm not too sure, but I'm just gonna check. The left hand rod's got the whole mackerel on, or whole joey. The right hand rod's got a big launce bait. I've got a bit of whiting fillet and squid just there. I keep thinking that there's something on this rod, so I'm going to check it out. So we're now at 4 dogfish. The idea of laying the line nicely is when it casts out, it comes off real easier. It's a nice even lay. I think there's another dog. He is a doggy, he's playing up. He just got quite heavy then. Number 5. Shame, isn't it? They're really coming on the feet now. There we go. You can go straight back. Right, Mr. Doggy. There we go. Right, last cast. And then pack up. As I said, that one there is squid and whiting fillet. Nice bit of sand up on the beach here. Normally it's very bouldery. It's good for the footing, helps casting a little bit, gives you a bit extra longer on the easy stuff, really. Okay. Maybe I got a bit excited at that. The birds always get a few freebies. The ravens around here, they always know, or crows, they always know when you're leaving. There's definitely a few nests up there, because in the summer they come down, they bully the seagulls off, and they get their feed, so happy days. So 5 minutes walk back to the top, and then along the main path. Need to have the balance of a mountain goat along these, which clearly I don't have. So that concludes today's events. It was tough going. Northwesterly winds, a bit stronger than I expected. The dogfish were about. The baits were being left alone for probably an hour and a half. Then as the tide flooded back, the dogfish came on the feed. I think I had 4 or 5 in the end, but I fished a 3.5 hour spell using a little bit of squid, a bit of leftover launce which I've had for a little while, whiting which I caught in the summer, and also mackerel. Thanks once again everybody for liking, subscribing, sharing and watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye for now.